We're in our third session talking about the troubling trends in the American church, and today I'm going to give the final three of this conversation. My hope is with all 9 of these, you'll take them, look at them, and get on the solution side of each one of them. Again, most of them are not problems to be solved, they're tensions to be managed. Number 7 is this, that in this day and age of the church, defense has overshadowed the offense. Defense is this idea that I need to protect the truth and protect what I have and be all about kind of hiding from the world. That we're a fortress protecting ourselves from the world. So we're going to protect the sheep, and this is the angle of there's wolves out there and things like that. But the fact is that the gospel is supposed to be taken to the entire world. We're supposed to make disciples of every nation. We're going to go into every community, Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, the remotest parts of the earth, and preach the gospel of Jesus Christ. And so we're hiding from the darkness. we actually have the light, and light beats darkness every time. We've got to stop playing defense and start playing offense. Jesus talks about in Matthew 16 how we're to storm the gates of hell. Well, hell's on the defense according to that. And so we've got to figure out how to take those prisoners of war and rescue them out of the darkness and bring them into the light. We've got to play offense and not just defense. Here's the thing about sports. If you watch sports at any point in time, you'll never see in a football game, you'll never see someone say, boy, that offense looks really tired. You always see defenses that get tired, but offenses never get tired, especially when they're winning the game. Second is that practice has eclipsed prayer. We have so many seminars and so many great events out there. I recently went to the Global Leadership Summit, and there were 400,000 people that went to that summit, which is great. We learned these different practices about ministry and leadership. And but watch what happens when you have something that has to do with prayer. I mean, people will go to all sorts of great events, Exponential and Catalyst and other training events, but hold a prayer event and see what happens. And my concern for the church is that we're so focused on what we can do, we've forgotten what God can do. And we've got to refocus on the spiritual lives of our leaders, the spiritual lives, corporate life of our church. We've got to focus on making sure that our hearts are right and centered, and we're surrendered to Jesus so that He can use us. Because Jesus said, apart from me, you can do nothing. And then finally, my concern is the troubling trend is that fear has outpaced faith. That a whole lot of decisions we make are based on what's happening in our government, or what's happening in our streets, or what's happening in the concerns of the media, and we just can't be that way. We just can't be all about fear, concern how other people might respond. Listen, Jesus said, don't marvel if the world hates you. If they hated you, remember they hated me first. And we've got to make sure that we're a people of faith and not a people of fear, that we're trusting God, believing that He has gone before us, and we're trusting Him to reach our communities, our neighborhoods, our country, and the world with the gospel of Jesus Christ. I'd love for you and your team to talk about these things. This has been a Converge Whiteboard Leadership Moment. To learn more about Converge or to join us, check out converge.org.